shores of the Tennessee River, Neyland Stadium, home of the Volunteers. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Oregon Ducks. Taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Tennessee Volunteers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Ducks ready to get this thing started and open the season. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. The give to the back. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Guys, let's talk a little bit about Tennessee. Doesn't matter what time of season it is, a top 10 win is a top 10 win, and you know the underdogs would love to make a statement.
No doubt about it. When you've got a very low number beside your name, you're going to get everybody's best shot. And that's what this team is expecting from their opponent today. A lot of eyeballs watching this game, David. A lot of expectations on this team. Now it's time to see if they can deliver.
Yeah, and the all-season was so much more important when you know you're playing a highly ranked team to start the season. Attention to detail higher, excitement.
Oh, he's got some space. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
He'll keep it himself. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
The Volunteers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Here's a heat. Makes the grab. It's Frost. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
Nice job by the quarterback, pre-snap and post-snap. He knew the defense was going to be playing zone coverage, and there was no doubt in his mind where he was going with that football.
The Vols are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Quarterback making checks. Scanning the field, it's Washington. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down.
Great job by the defense dialing out some pressure on 3rd down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
This offense wants to establish an aggressive identity. They'll go for it on 4th down. Trying to get it to the marker. Crosses the 30. He's got to lay it. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
Well, you're seeing analytics become a bigger part of college football each and every year, and there is a good example of it. Opening drive of the game, you're across the 50, 4th down, and it says run the ball and go for it. Even if you don't get it, your opponent's going to have to drive a ways. There's still a lot of football left to play. Hindsight's always 20/20, but that was an excellent decision by the head coach.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Vols have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Back to pass. Makes the grab. Pulled down for the tackle.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Now the 8th play of the opening drive, but this time facing 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
And they don't get 7 on that opening drive, but they get 3. And this place is rocking. Night games are always so loud, so obnoxious, and these fans, they get something to cheer about with that first offensive possession.
This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Gonna run it. It's Hill. Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain. The Ducks want to crank the tempo. All right, guys, let's think big picture for Oregon. I'm sure you guys saw what a get in recruiting 4-star defensive linemen gave them a verbal commitment just last week.
Yeah, you can't get enough of these guys, man. And they're excited because you got to play so many defensive linemen. This is the guy that's going to come in, be in the rotation early and often.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. The pitch to the left. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Let's take just a second and talk about Oregon. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Yeah, this feels like a curated roster, right? They only had a few holes that they had to fill up, but they went out, they put their effort into finding the right guy. They feel like they've upgraded their roster with just a few portal additions.
Neyland Stadium alive, a cauldron of orange noise on 3rd down. Moore will throw. Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. Seizing an open space, an opportunity all the way inside the red zone. They'll mark it at the 19.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the 1st down.
The Ducks look to keep this drive humming. The give from the gun. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking for room. It's Green. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, 2nd and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's third down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
He'll be stopped short, picks up one, but they're facing 4th and 1. They could tie the game here with a field goal, but instead looks as if they'll go for it on 4th down. He gives them a fresh set of downs, and this one will be 1st and goal from the 6. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This offense trying to quieten the crowd on 1st and goal, and they are not cooperating. Quarterback keeper. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going. Moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
That's the end of the quarter, and Tennessee has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Grab behind the line. It's Lawson. And that was a high percentage completion and a low efficiency pass. They lose yardage.
How about that? The dying breed of the tackling cornerback. You don't see those anymore. Everybody wants to be great in coverage. Everybody wants to get picks. But how many corners really want to get their face in the fan and make tackles? Nice job by that play.
A 3rd and goal, and this defense feeling energy from the crowd. Quick pass on the jet motion. He's trying to get it in. Touchdown, Ducks! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points. The AT unit on the field.
Well, this offense needed a touchdown. No doubt that that was the guy the QB was going to be looking for in that play.
And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. So here is the Tennessee offense. They'll start this drive with a chance to regain the lead, down 7-3. Oh, better look out! Crosses the 30 to the 31 and a 6-yard pickup.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Volunteers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They'll test the right side. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
And I can't tell you how much I love seeing corners being willing to come up and tackle. That is so huge for a defense. You can't olay blocks and create space. You can't just hang out on the outside. You got to go set that edge.
And conversely, I can't tell you how much I hate it when receivers don't want to block. You got to do a better job on the perimeter. It's not going to be enough in this offense just to catch passes. You got to go execute your assignment. That corner should have been blocked, and they should have gotten a bigger gain on that outside run.
The Volunteers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking for a crease to the left. Running to Green. Turning it on. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14. He now has 74 yards on the ground. A very productive first half here in the season opener. The Vols are moving quickly down the field. Going to the run, it's Butler. Headed to the end zone, and he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Volunteer! Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They're still looking for a little more productivity as they trail 10-7. Finding an escape route. Got to be smart, patient, great vision. Uses all of that to get to the 29. Now on second down. On the option. And not even a chance to pitch it as he is slammed down in the backfield.
And this is a defense that prides themselves on their ability to go sideline to sideline. It's going to be tough for this offense to go QB option in this game. And you just saw the speed of the defense right there getting a big stop.
Moore to the air. Pressure coming. Trying to get rid of it. And they'll miss the connection here on third down.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but he, I think, just invoked the fear of God into this defense, because this 3 and out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense. To be physically pounded. The run is coming. You know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
And the Vols with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That's such a great physical play by the defense, because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
They'll throw on third and short. Looking to buy time. Grabbed in the middle. It's Frost. There he goes. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. And the Volunteers will have it 1st and 10. Motion from the wide receiver. Caught in the backfield, it's Jefferson. Makes the tackle right at the 21-yard line. Pickup of 10 on the play, and this offense is threatening with a 1st down. Tight end now in motion. Wants to go up top on 1st down. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
Hey, when everything else is covered, sometimes you just got to look to the big fella. I mean, it might not be the right matchup, but I got the size, I can throw it to him, and he rewards you with the score.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, we don't get a ton of top 5 matchups, so let's check out how today's Rumble played out. Texas A&M found a way to pick up the W, and a win is a win, but this was not the type of convincing victory they've gotten used to in College Station. A top 5 clash and a thoroughly impressive showing that could be a huge confidence builder for this program. Back to you.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. From the gun, to give, looking for room. Looking for room at the 40. Breaks into the open. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. He's racked up 92 yards rushing in this 1st half, and he is making quite the impression in the opener. The big explosive play put him right on the edge, but you got to finish the deal. Quarterback sneak wedging himself into the line. Sneaks into the end zone.
One thing you know about this team is they've got a lot of fight in them, and that's a great job responding by the offense on that last drive, capping it off with a really good-looking touchdown run. This is now a 1-possession game. We've got a lot of football left to play.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain. The Volunteers want to move quickly. Quarterback making adjustments. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Firing to the right, complete. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And that's why for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. A little release to the back. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing 1st downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys in the field. Stringing 1st downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on 1st down. of the gun to give to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Looking downfield, and time is running short. That's caught. It's Butler. He'll pick up a few before going out of bounds at the 34.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
The Vols come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll try to get it through the air. Flushed out of the pocket. Got his man on the right. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. To the air on 1st down. Here comes the heat. He couldn't find anywhere to go with the ball. Bought time for a second, but finally just went down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Got out of trouble and throws. Catch in the middle. It's Butler. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Vols will kick it away first, and we'll start the 2nd half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25.
First here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the 2nd half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Pass on the jet sweep. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
Neyland Stadium alive. A cauldron of orange noise on 3rd down. Immediately fires to the middle. He'll be brought down at the 32-yard line. Good job by the defense to keep him away from that 1st down marker. It's 4th down. You want to talk about a decision that could blow up in your face. Going for it inside your own 40. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. And the Ducks will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and look for room. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. snagged in the middle. It's crossed. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
The give to the tailback. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
And the Volunteers come to the ball trying to pick up this third and short. Might be changing the route. They're going to try to throw for it on third down. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Defense did a great job. Third and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel in the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Receiver comes in motion. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those five guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those five offensive linemen.
Didn't get much on first down. It's second and 9. Moore will throw. It's on target and complete. Stopped at about the 25-yard line, but it'll be a first down.
How about the big fella with the hands? You know, those fullbacks are not talked about as athletes, but he shows you he can do a lot on the field, catches the football, gets the first down.
They'll snap it from the 25 here on first down. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass that can happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
Finds his tight end.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. What that means is keeping third downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play.
Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down, and now they have to make a call.
Well, I love that play by the defense. They're hanging back, watching the QB's eyes. Great job in coverage on the back end, and then rallying to him when he decided to go try and run for it himself. And now this defense is set up fourth.
Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Didn't get anything done, 3 and out on their last series. They'll try to find a rhythm here. They believe they can run right here. Pass the sticks, him still on his feet. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
So they picked up that last first down on the ground, now with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. They'll run the screen. He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
I'll tell you, the offense might be setting up a shot down the field here. You might see them later fake the wide receiver screen and see if they can hit a tight end or another receiver running up the boundary. Keep your eye open for that.
4 wide out set, 3 of them to the left on 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. He's got him. Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a first down. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
The Volunteers have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Flushed out of the pocket. Makes the grab. It's Jefferson. Forced out of bounds, and they'll mark him dead at the 34.
Well, there's an example of the quarterback just creating on the fly, because I think that was supposed to go to the running back on a screen, and he just saw an open guy downfield and said, I don't know, I'm just going to throw it down to this dude. He's wide open. I know it's not how we drew it up, but we'll take it.
The Vols come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Oh, he's got some space. He now has 108 yards rushing, and with that run, he's now over 100 yards on this opening day.
Really nice run there, and you've seen him do this a time and time again in this game so far. You've got the lead. We're way late in the 3rd quarter now. Not going to surprise me if they just keep leaning on this guy a little bit. Keep force-feeding him the football, because he is looking really good.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job, you got points, now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense definitely taking care of their business.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Cotton. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Moore to the air. Fires to the tight end. And he'll be brought down. The Ducks in the hurry-up.
And that's why QBs like their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long games. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
What a day it's been on the ground for these two guys, and they just seem to get stronger as the game goes along as we take a look at the numbers. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. And now on second down for this offense. Motion from the wideout. Looking to fire. Get it out to the supersonic guy. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a first down.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Touch pass on the run. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
The Ducks now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Moore will throw. Forced out of the pocket. Still on his feet at the 35. Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move.
And they're going to need a lot more of this to get back in this football game. They're trailing. They're trying to make plays. I like the decision-making of the young man, though. Don't force the football. We already got to make big plays. The defense knows it, too. Nice job pulling it down, scrambling, getting the first down. Now you got to keep it going.
How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
Well, they try to go quarterback design run on that play, but the defense just not buying it. Nice job, everybody playing downhill and making a tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Back to pass. Quickly to the tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. From the gun, wants to pass. Starting to feel a little pressure. He'll pull it down and run. On his feet at the 40. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 and the 38, and these guys are on the move.
Well, you just get the feeling, too, that if they're going to claw their way back in this game, his legs are going to have to be a factor. What a great job scrambling that time. Nothing open. He didn't panic. He saw some green grass. He was able to get outside, away from the defense, get upfield, pick up the first down. That play is going to help their momentum. They need more scramble plays like that from him.
Got a man. It's Hill. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Trying to escape and get it himself. Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet.
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet. And he was able to do that. Now they got a fresh set of downs.
And the Ducks will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. They'll send the back in motion. Wide receiver going in motion. Well, jet sweep pass. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, the offense just trying to go with a little touch pass this time. Down close to the goal line, giving it to the receiver and hoping his speed is going to be able to outflank the defense, but nowhere to run. Nice stop on the defensive side of the ball.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? They want to run this quarterback. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, this quarterback has had a lot of success burning this defense with his legs. That time, though, there was nowhere to go. Give the defense credit. They won their one-on-ones up front. Tremendous speed getting to him and bringing him down for a TFL.
If they can pay off this 3rd and goal with a touchdown, it might be getting a little tough to swallow over there on the other sideline. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Moore. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon! Before that score, considering last rites, now all of a sudden, they're not dead yet. In fact, they're feeling much better, and they're alive, and they've got a chance.
And I'm looking on the field right now. I'm looking at their sideline. They're energized, Reese. After that last score, all of a sudden, they believe they can come back and win this game. This is a totally different-looking team than what we saw earlier.
So here is the Tennessee offense. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive did.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
They'll send the tight end in motion. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Turning it on! Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play.
Really nice job by the running back here in the 4th quarter, picking up that first down. They need him now. They've got the lead, but not by a lot. Late in the game, they need him to play his best football at a moment in the game when everything is on the line.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Wants to go up top. Still looking on the move. The sure hands, it's Jefferson. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
Man, it's nice having a QB that is going to hang in there. You can tell, hanging in there, he knows he's going to get hit, right? If I'm going to get hit, I might as well make a completion. Great job hanging in there, throwing the football on target and getting the completion.
They'll run it from the gun. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
And this is what's going to drive coaches crazy. It's mental errors, right? It doesn't take any talent or lack of talent to have that penalty. You just got to watch the ball, and when it's snapped, get after the quarterback.
Defense a little too eager on that last one, and now it's 1st and 5. They'll try the run. Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. No reason to do anything here except keep it on the ground on 2nd and 5. Caught behind the line. It's Butler. There he goes. Races down to the 2 and stopped just short of the goal line as he goes out of bounds.
Well, he gets the first down on that one. I think if he could do it over, though, he would do his best to stay inbounds and try to bleed as much clock. With the lead right now, obviously the clock is their ally. That's something that they're going to work more on in practice as the season progresses.
Motion from the wide receiver. Quarterback may change this route. Using his feet. And this offense hoped to just run it in, and the defense was having none of it. No gain. Ball remains at the 2.
I know you took a loss on first down there trying to run the football, but you've got the lead, and you've got to continue to run the football. And this is a big challenge now for your offensive line. Those guys up front, you've got to find a way against a defense that knows you're going to do it.
They'll move the tight end. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Volunteer!
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Cal found a way to rescue victory from the jaws of defeat. A perfect example of just how strong this program is. All about stacking wins there in Berkeley. All that speculation all week, and now we know. Something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. Moore to the air. Buys a little extra time. They wrap him up. He tried to get back to the line of scrimmage, but he's stuffed in the backfield.
Listen, I love when my quarterback gets outside the pocket. I got an opportunity to make a huge play. But when it's not there, now I want him to make the simple play. Throw it away. Don't take the sack. Don't take the loss of yards plays.
It's second and long now as this defense has some energy after that last sack. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Really nice job by the quarterback. Hey, a lot of quarterbacks want to cover. They want to drop back. They're not really about that life. They don't want to be the tackling kind of guy. They're like, yeah, leave that to the linebackers. That dude committed, came up, and made a nice tackle.
They stop